Hi, in this video, we are going to briefly discuss about the semiconductor fabrication process. To begin with, let's talk about wafer. As you can see, wafer is the place where the semiconductor devices are going to be made. The bigger the wafer, the board chips you can make. However, if the wafer is too big, if the wafer is too big, then you can handle with the quality of the chips can be degenerated the because if the wafer is too big, uh, the unequal of the processes can make the defects. If, as you can see, the size of the wafers has been enlarged by the time flows, but until now, the 450 millimeter wafers are not widely used because until now the dealing with this large wafer is still technically hard to make the uniform to make the semiconductor devices uniformly. Let's move on to the scaling down. Uh, According to the Moore's law, in 18 months, the amount the size of the chips can be shrink down to half the size. The for to make the chip size to half, we need to scale down in the lattice and in longitudinal and the width for 0.7 times because the square of 0.7 is around 0.5. As you can see, the fabrication processes have been shrink down like the around 0.7 times the in diameter or in width. The 0.7 times the width, the amount of the total size is shrinks down for like half the size. With scaling down the chips inside, the the amount of resistance is better than in the older devices, and it'll make the devices to work faster than the older devices. Moreover, if we reduce the chips inside, we can make more chips in a same wafer that'll be great for chip manufacturers because it'll be more effective to sell more chips on a same wafer. The key of semiconductor fabrication process is the lithography. Lithography in term is not hard for normal people because the key of this process is to make a hole to within a mask to cover the space and put the element or something through the hole to to make the to make the shape you want and not covering the space you don't want to cover. Uh, with the fabrication with the lithography processes are, well, as you can see, for normal processes, the photo masks looks like this plate, but for some processes, the holes are literally punched, then the materials can flow through rather than photoresist to and with the light aperture holes and even some kind of processes like organic LEDs fabrication processes, some kinds of masks can shape like a roller to roll the shape onto the substrate. The the way to the way for the lithography is varies so much for what to make. The basic steps for fabrication of FETs are basically buying some wafers and put the gate oxide and gate on the substrate with photomasks, and as you can see, there's a spacer on there to the spacer on there make not to accidentally make a short circuit or open circuit between drain and source and the gate, and put some and put and implement the N plus doping and cover the beta contact. That is the uh, that is the simple fabrication process of NMOS transistors. But because there are a lot of semiconductor devices still making until now, so the processes of fabrication can be widely varied according on what you are going to make. The actual processes for the actual processes we're going to discuss about later. So this is so we are going to finish the video from now. Thank you for listening.